Hello, welcome to my third and final Q&A. Thank you all for asking your questions, sending in your questions. Running Free asks, so you hate Nazis? ? No, I don't hate Nazis. I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a National Socialist. I don't believe in the tenets of National Socialism. It's not my scene. It's not my vibe. But I've known people who would call themselves. I've known, and I do know, people who would embrace that brand, who I think seem to be really fine people. Sounding like Trump now, right? If there's fine people, I know, you know, they said he was saying that Nazis were good when he said that. But anyway, how the media mischaracterized him, of course. No, I don't hate Nazis, but I am not one. And I don't know if this was brought on by my my video about Jon Stewart, nay, Leibowitz, shaking the hand of the Nazi from the Azov battalion in Ukraine. I just think that I was more or less showing how the powers that be, the deep state, the mainstream media, the neoliberal neocon conglomerate that runs the mainstream, how they basically have no principles. They say if somebody in Middle America wearing a Trump hat is a Nazi who wants to limit immigration, wants to build a wall and stop illegal immigration. They call him a Nazi. But when it comes to actual Nazis with actual Nazi tattoos in Ukraine, then hey man, we're going to shake your hand and give you an award. So that's not so much about Nazism or about National Socialism as it is about the current state of the power conglomerate, and how they have absolutely no principles whatsoever. And I also I'm wrestling with the whole idea that I mentioned in the video that I posted. A demon was unleashed in the West at the end of the Cold War. In conjunction with the Jason Giorgiani video, which doesn't seem to be up anymore. But also, this is something a lot of other people have said. He's not the only one who's made this observation. With Operation Paperclip, thousands of high-ranking National Socialists were brought over. Might they have more power and control than we think they do? I put forth my ideas on that in that video that I just referred to, which is again titled something like the end of the Cold War unleashed a demon in the West. But I don't know for sure how I feel about that. It's just a theory that I'm entertaining. All right, Bradford's Last Logger asks, if you tacitly accept that the Jaybirds do in fact run every meaningful institution, and they really do carry with them a tacit hatred for the other, similar to that of former Christian aversion to sin, why do you nevertheless countersignal those who insist upon talking about it a lot? Countersignal. That's like a TRS word. What could possibly be a more important conversation? I mean, I think I've heard challenges and critiques like this before. First of all, to call them the Jays, there is something I object to from the beginning. I mean, you might just think I'm being pedantic, but I don't think I am. There's a big difference between saying the Jays control the media and Jays control the media. If you say the Jays, what you're saying is that the entire collective of this ethnic group controls the media. And that's far from being true. But if you say that Jays control the media, I mean, or dominate the media, I mean, I don't know how anyone could argue with that. Anybody who looked at the facts, or that they run Hollywood, or this, that, or the other thing. So yeah, I've never denied that they have. I've never denied the power that they hold. And they carry with them a tacit hatred for the other. You know, I know that this kind of mentality exists. I don't think it predominates the way that, I don't think it predominates in this ethnic group the way that somebody like the author of Culture of Critique, whose name is slipping my mind right now, I don't think it predominates their minds so much, I don't think it is so ubiquitous amongst these people. I have known some of my best friends are blah blah blah, right? You know, I know that's not a defense from the other side. I just don't think that. First of all, I think that there is truth to. I mean, can't we be subtle? Can't we be nuanced? There is truth to what many anti-Semites say about control by this ethnic group over many institutions, but at the same time, many significant thinkers who have done and said very good things have been of that ethnic group as well. I just don't see this group as you. I mean, I think there are good and bad in every group, and I know people. Some people are going to hate me for saying this, or think I'm a pussy for saying this. Either that, or they're going to say, "Oh, well, you're just an anti-Semite." I mean, I'm in the middle of this issue, and so I'm going to get hated on by both sides. But that's fine. Whatever. I'm interested in truth. Now, why do I counter signal those who insist on talking about it a lot? I don't. I mean, I think it's appropriate. I think it should be something that is. I mean, I think we should have the freedom to talk about Jewish power, the fact of it, and to point it out and to ask questions about the ramifications of it. I think the censoring of that, or the censoriousness around that, is something I'm very deeply opposed to. What annoys me is when I'm talking about an issue like, say, Pizzagate. I always use that example, it's about the abuse of children on very high levels by powerful people, and then it seems like there are people out there who want to talk less about child abuse by the elites, and want to just talk more about, well, it's just Jews doing bad things, and so it's another bad another reason to despise Jews, where in fact, you know, I mean, Epstein, let's say, yeah, Epstein, sure, Maxwell, sure, they're of that ethnicity, but the people they brought to the island, the Bill Clinton, the Harvard professor contingent, uh, by no means was this just, Jews preying upon the Gentile children. I mean, I just don't think that's not the correct way to. I mean, it's like, if they were Jewish children, would that be then that would be okay? And if Gentiles were preying on them, that would be okay. Like what happened to the Coreys, two Jewish kids in Hollywood who got raped by a bunch of high-ranking Hollywood types. Do we not care about those guys or others like them, others of their ethnicity because of who they are ethnically? That's just taking one example. I don't like how there are many anti-Semites out there who want to just hijack every conversation and make it into hating on this group, hating on this ethnicity, and I just that's boring to me. That's tedious to me, and it misses the point in a lot of ways. That's my opinion on that. Halper asks, "What are UFOs?" Well, they could be a lot of things. They could be it could be legitimately alien technology. They could be supernatural entities. If you want to ask what my best guess is, my best guess would be that it's probably secret technology that we don't know about. Developed by the black budget. That's my best guess, but it could be different ones could be different things. Now, I've never seen a UFO. I've never been that fascinated with the subject of UFOs, but I'm not. I don't think it's. I'm open to all kinds of possibilities there. Scott Terry asks, "Have you ever, or do you ever see yourself in a situation where you would refer to a woman as shouty? Similarly, would you ever shout dollar, dollar, dollar bills, y'all, while tossing money randomly into the air?" You know what? In the future, maybe. We'll see how the next couple of years go, Scott. And in a couple of years, in 2024, when I'm a certified millionaire pimp, then you might see me doing those things. But for now, as a low-status male, I'll probably refrain. Armored Ghost asks, "Is Georgia becoming better or worse?" I think the state of Georgia is pretty much the same, except for Atlanta. Atlanta has definitely gotten worse. Atlanta is a cancer. Atlanta is awful, but the rest of the state of Georgia, rural Georgia, and the smaller, like the other towns, within Georgia, like Savannah, it's I think, I don't know if it's changed that much. I really don't. It's genuine red state America. People very religious. There are vices that take place in rural environments, but that hasn't changed either. That's been the case for a while too. So that's my assessment on Georgia. Armored Ghost's second question: do you have thoughts on the part in Genesis saying it's bad for man to be alone? No. I mean, I think that is You know, it's a profound truth. It is not good for man to be alone. You know, I found, though, in many cases for myself that I enjoy being alone, but I think you know, loneliness is a thing for sure, that must be dealt with, even among those like me who are often content to be alone. Shit, man. Sorry. I think I'm gonna have to do one more of these. I wanted to just wrap it up with part 3, but I think I'm gonna have to do a part 4. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 4.